the star wide receiver has returned to training activities. While this doesn't automatically solve every issue surrounding his future, it sends an important message about where things stand between the Pickens and the Cowboys. Could this be the beginning of something special for the Dallas and George Pickens? Or is this simply a temporary pause before another round of the contract drama? Today, we are going to break down exactly what George Pickens' returns means, how it impacts Dak Prescott, what it says about the Cowboys offense, why the defense has players excited during OTAs, and whether Dallas should still make one more big move before training camp officially begins. Let's start. George Pickens returned to Dallas Cowboys minicamp last week. The biggest headline this week is simple. George Pickens is back with the team. For the Cowboys fans, that welcome news. Instead of more headlines about handholds out or distractions, Dallas has now one of the biggest offensive weapons back inside of the building working with the teammates. While he isn't expected to immediately participate in every drill or full speed, simply being present matters. Football is built on timing. Quarterbacks and receivers need repetitions, and routes must be second nature. Communication has to become automatic. Every extra day that Pickens spends with the Dak Prescott improves those relationships. That chemistry cannot be created overnight once training camps begins. It takes months. That's exactly why his return is so important. Why this matters for the Dak Prescott. Prescott enters one of the biggest seasons of his career. For years, opposing defenses focused almost entire on the CD lamp. Now things look different. George Pickens brings a completely different style of the receivers. He is physical, explosive, and aggressive at the catch point, excellent on contested balls. Having Pickens on one side and Lamb on other side could force defenses into impossible decisions. Double Lamp. Pickens get favorable matchups. Focus on Pickens. CD Lamb become even more very dangerous. For Prescott, that's exactly what every quarterback dreams about. Instead of the forcing difficult throws into tight coverage, he may finally have multiple right options available on nearly every play. But you have to think about the contract questions aren't completely gone for the George Pickens. Of course, one practice doesn't erase every concern. George Pickens still wants long-term security in the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys still have difficult salary cap decisions waiting in the future. Nothing has officially been resolved, but this decision to return shows professionalism. Rather than allowing a contract discussion to become distraction, Pickens appears focused on football. That's encouraging. It also gives Dallas time to continue negotiation without unnecessary pressure dominating every headline. If both sides continue working together throughout of the summer, that's always the chance they eventually reach on the agreement. If not, Pickens still has every opportunity to increase his value with another outstanding season. Either way, both sides benefit from the staying on the field. But think about chemistry. That could be the difference. One topic coaches continue to mentioning is chemistry. This offense already knows the system, of course. Yes? Brian Schottenheimer wants faster communication, clear executions, and more confidence among of the players. That becomes much easier when your best players are available. Every practice allows receivers to better understand dark tendencies. And that team learns exactly where each receiver likes the football. The offensive line improves communication, yes. Running backs recognize blitzes, yes. And everything of course becomes smoother because of the chemistry. Winning in NFL often comes down to thin details. Those details are built during the off-season workouts. Yes, we have a defense. Defense is turning heads. Yes, of course. Last season we suffered more defensively. But this season we tried to construct a strong defense. While Pickens has grabbed headlines, the defense has quietly become one of the biggest stories of the authors. Players have repeatedly praised how organized and aggressive the unit looks in the authors. Communication appears much stronger than last season. Veteran additions are bringing leadership in the team, and young players continue developing, yes. Perhaps most importantly, the defense is forcing the offense to earn everything. When offensive stars describe their own defenses as difficult to prepare for, that's usually a very positive sign. Iron sharpens iron. Yes, of course. Iron sharpens iron, yes. And every competitive practice should make both sides of the football better. If this defensive improvement continues into training camps, Dallas may finally field one of its most balanced team in years. Should Dallas still add a veteran? This is a question you have to ask yourself. Even with the Pickens back in the Cowboys, some questions remain. Offensive tackle depth is still a concern. Linebackers' experience could also be improved. Several respected veterans remains available in free agents. Adding another experienced player wouldn't necessarily create headlines, but championships are often won because teams make smart draft moves before injuries happen. Dallas doesn't need another superstar, of course, by now. They simply need a reliable insurance at a key positions. If the front office finds the right fit at the right price, another signing before training camp wouldn't be surprising anyone, my friend. Yes, fans naturally want immediate highlights, deep touchdowns, spectacular catches, dominant performances, but patience is very important, my friend. The coaching staff will likely to manage his workload carefully. This is what we can expect for the George Pickens. The priority isn't winning June practices. The priority is having George Pickens full healthy and full prepared for week 1. If Dallas handles things correctly, Cowboys fans could be watching one of the league's most dangerous receiving duos this fall. We mean CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Those are the best and good wide receivers in NFL by now. This duo will do something special for the Dallas Cowboys in this upcoming new season. Can this offseason become elite for the Dallas Cowboys? This is a question. Imagine this offense reaching to its full potential. Dak Prescott distributing the football confidently. Lamb attacking defenses from every formation. George Pickens stretching the field vertically. A stronger running game creates balance. Improved offensive line play. An aggressive defense constantly create extra possessions. That division Cowboys fans have been hoping for, yes. Will it happen? This is a question. Nobody knows yet, my friend. But George Pickens is returning and is certainly a positive step toward making that vision possible. George Pickens' return doesn't grant a Super Bowl, my friend. You know that one. But it can grant a playoffs ticket. It doesn't eliminate every contract questions, yes, and it doesn't automatically make Dallas a favorite in the NFC, but it does create optimism. The Cowboys now have another opportunity to build chemistry, strengthen their offense, and prepare for what could become one of the most important seasons of the Dak Prescott era.